Great, so well done. First intermediate lesson. We were just having a little review of auxiliary verbs and main verbs in questions so that we could try to identify what tenses we were using. So here was one, we used the auxiliary verb did and the main verb start, that we identified it as past simple. Here we use the auxiliary verb do, but in the present tense with the main verb, and that's present simple. And this is the bit of the work we did, and we were just looking at how we make up different tenses in questions. And then I wrote this down, which I felt was important. I wrote here the three most important auxiliary verbs: be, have, and do. As you can see, they're all here. Do, be, have, be, have. They're all here. The three most important ones that form most of the tenses of the English language. And I said the following things. When we use the verb to be as an auxiliary verb, we do that for all passive tenses in general, and we do it for all continuous tenses in general. When we use the verb do as an auxiliary verb, a little verb, we do that for all present simple and past simple tenses. And when we use the auxiliary verb have, whether it's have or has or had, we do that for perfect tenses. Now, the reason that I wanted to go over that was just so that we could look in a bit more detail at questions. And some of this I felt quite important. When we structure a question, no matter what tense it's in, whether it's past, present or future, whether it's simple, perfect or continuous, passive or active, we tend to use the same format. Question word, whether it's where, why, how long, whatever, plus an auxiliary verb, whether it's be, have or do, then the subject, I, you, he, she, it, we or they, and then the main verb. So whichever tense it's in, whether it's present simple, present continuous, present perfect continuous, present perfect, past simple, doesn't matter. We use the same structure. Now, there is an exception to that, and that's when we use the present simple or the past simple using the verb to be as the main verb. Because although be, have and do are all auxiliary verbs to make up different tenses, be, have and do can also be main verbs in the present or past simple. Here are some examples for you where we've done that. Where are you from? Present simple, using the verb to be as the main verb. Is today the 1st of May? Present simple, using the verb to be as the main verb. And have a look at this. This is interesting. Somewhere in here, I saw the verb do as a main verb. So yes, we use the verb do as an auxiliary verb to show whether it's present simple or past simple. In this case, it's past simple. But we can also use the verb do as a main verb. And have a look at this. Sorry, I've contracted it a little bit. Here is the verb have as the main verb. How many children do you have? Present simple. So we've been playing with the structure for questions, looking at the fact that it's question, word, auxiliary verb, subject and main verb, with the exception of present simple or past simple for the verb to be. And one more thing before we finish. We use question words if we're looking for a long answer. Where do you come from? I come from England. But sometimes we miss off the question and we just start with the auxiliary verb. Have you got any, for example? And when we miss off the question word, this is a yes, no answer. Have you got any money? Yes, I have. No, I haven't, etc. So that's where we are today. That's what we've learned today. Thank you for coming, and see you on Thursday.